It's winter time. It's the end of the year, December, which means it's the finale, the final of these channel updates for 2022. Man, I have been keeping this up for 3 months, and it's been interesting to kind of look back into this and archive some of these thoughts and what's been going on and my opinions and what I'm thinking at the moment. And I figure we might as well do this update here because, yeah, we're getting close to the end of the year, and there are some things that has updated since the last time we talked in autumn, and I figured I might as well talk about them and go ahead and see from there what to do. So, anyways, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this. So, let's see, our first topic. Alright, Goosebumps HorrorTown. So, as you've seen with this year, I'll be doing a video talking about, at some point, the Event 28 and what's to be expected, what's coming up. And go from there. We will decide on figuring out what's needed / what can be done, all that other stuff. And it seems like the team has been kind of keeping it alive, though it seems to be kind of like minimum in the sense. Though I think the new scheduling is going to happen next year in January, going into March. Like, I'll talk more in depth in Event 28 introduction. And yeah, from there it seems like the game is still in priority. Like, they're still going to be doing stuff, but it's in the slowdown period. So these events are small. Yeah, they're quick to do, sure, but the game is still being updated with new stuff. So in a way, that's not bad. I'm hoping that they're actually introducing some old stuff back into the game, so we still get some video content as far as special books are concerned. That seems to be what they'll be doing, so it'll be interesting to see when that comes into play. But yeah, I guess we'll go from there, exactly what to be expected. Right, next up on the list is Addams. So the Addams seems to be still going strong. They're ending off this year, and the guy who was doing this before, he's no longer here anymore. But what was interesting is that he actually did a pretty good job, I would say, this year as far as content goes. So good on him. I'm kind of happy with what this year was like for the Addams anyways. Certainly strong with the ideas and whatnot, and it's the only kind of spooky game Pixowl has at the moment besides HorrorTown. But you know, HorrorTown is like there's like little updates here and there, versus Addams just keeps on updating like their other game, which I'll mention down the road. If you've seen the thumbnail, you probably get a good idea what's going on. So there's that. But yeah, I'm in the process of archiving things. At the moment, I'm finishing off the last of 2021 for the Unsweeted Holiday, since I started that one off in the beginning but never finished it. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'll be continuing off where I left off in August of the family reunion in 2020. I'm hoping to get the series done as quick as possible, but you know, with these new changes, it's going to probably be happening. So I've changed my focus on what I'm going to be doing, which is going to hopefully get this catch up faster, so that way I can finally get to Match Island and try to archive that. But then, you know, Addams first, then Match Island, because, you know, Match Island is kind of DOA at the moment. It might return in the future if something were to happen, but yeah, I doubt it because it hasn't picking up steam, unfortunately. So there's that. Right, so I have been testing with The Simpsons Tapped Out, as you probably have noticed. However, with the way I've done things and doing the type of stuff, it seems like it's not getting as attention, just kind of like the same as with Match Island. So I have a feeling that I probably am not going to be continuing with this series, or at least putting it on hold for now because of other stuff that's been going on. What I will do is I will try to see if I can't finish an event. In this case, it's going to be the end of the year Christmas event, at least finish that one off, and then I'm going to put the series on hold for a bit. I might bring it back depending on how I feel when March comes around with the first 2023 of season. So we'll see what happens there, but for now I'm putting it on hold because I have some things to get done and I have some issues to kind of go through. And quite honestly, although the series is okay for what I've done, it seems like not a lot of people are looking into it. And I seem to kind of, I'm not like Casey and other people who will update it like of the day of, so, you know, I'm a little bit more weird like that. But yeah, I'm probably going to be holding off on that for now. It might change, but we'll see. Alright, Peanuts Snoopy's Town Tales. So you may have looked at the screen and realized that the characters are back, and I tested something back in October, and a lot of people seem to still want to see it despite my overall feelings with the game. And you know, it's not my cup of tea, but people seem to like watching it, so why not? But here's the thing, I will be probably going back to doing Snoopy's Town Tales, but not all the events. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing every so often an event that I feel like I want to get into and see from there. I might do the next one Christmas because, you know, Christmas is always an interesting thing. But we'll have to wait and see because, again, I have to be into the series or into the event to kind of go ahead and continue with it, if that makes sense. And I'm going to be probably going back into doing Snoopy because that's another game that seems a lot of people want. But the main focus is I'm not going to be doing that a whole lot. Just because of my own thing, and I've decided to make it so that way it's going to be 2 videos, so the beginning part and then the end part. So kind of like what happened with this recent update that happened, so we got that going on. And because of the fact that there's no more characters, new characters being added, and since I got all the characters now, basically that will make it easier for me just to kind of do the 2 rather than the 3. So I'll most likely be doing that to kind of save on efficiency. I don't think it'll be a 3-parters. I mean, usually there is, but I'm going to try to keep it to the 2 to make my life a little bit more easier. And it's not too bad, honestly, with the whole thing and the characters' voices and whatnot. But, you know, it's... I don't know. It's going to be something I'm going to be thinking about it, but I might be returning back to Snoopy depending on what events are popping in and what items are there. One of the other reasons why I've kind of hold off on it is because part of the thing when it comes to Snoopy is because I'm doing Addams and also Goosebumps now, there's, you know, you need to pay in order to get to everything and archive everything. And although there are sales that usually comes around every so often, the issue is that I don't want to be spending a whole lot. And I've already kind of, you know, occurred to myself to Addams, so it's kind of hard to kind of look at it through that way. So that's going to be what will be going on. So that's part of the other reason too, is because of, you know, financial reasons. But it might be returning, probably looking through that, so be on the lookout for that type of thing here. Right, so let's talk about what we last left off with some new stuff. As I mentioned back in October, my idea is to bring back playing games again. Not just mobile games, but actually console stuff games. And that series is, like I said, it's not going to be a media thing, but it's going to be something coming through. I've asked some questions during the time, so I've gotten some data. And I will still be, it will be depending on what will happen, because this won't be for a little while. Because the next thing is, although this new room that I've helped build this year was done, the next room to be looking at working is going to be the main work area, aka where I kept my computer. And partially once that room is updated and all that stuff is when I will start to go into actually starting to do archive of video game stuff. And that isn't mobile. The reason I'm doing mobile stuff is because it's easy to record and kind of set up, and I've kind of done it for a few years now. almost 5, so I've kind of gotten used to it. Whereas the newer setups I have now, there's been some issues. Namely, the PC I'm working on right now is still in the Windows 7, which I still like, but you know, they're going to be discontinuing that soon. They've kind of started it with some stuff. And the other thing with it is that I have a new computer, a Windows 10, a nice beefy one, that I figure I have to move everything to, but I'm a creature of habit. I like to keep old stuff still running as much as they can before it kicks the bucket, but I'm probably going to be switching and upgrading once that's done. So yeah, it's just kind of like the whole, I really don't want to move, but I'm going to have to at some point, so I have to figure out what I'm going to be doing with that stuff. And from there, it's going to be a next year project to fix up the work office area. So once that stuff is done, that will probably be a good indication of what we can do next. So moving forward, we got that going on. So yeah, as far as the new game stuff is concerned, it's going to be under construction. Namely because things have updated and things have changed. I record most of my things on XSplit, and apparently, you know, I got a full year of experience, so why not use it? But problem is, XSplit has changed their updates and all that stuff, and it's been causing issues as far as capturing and recording audios and things of that nature. So that's why I figured I'm going to be trying to do that with the new computer, and hopefully can get some stuff captured there. Once I get everything settled and I actually figure everything out, that is when we'll start doing recording of newer games and games that I have in collections, Goosebumps, Addams, anything I feel like that I want to go back to, like I did back in the good old days with my archive channel, which, from what I've seen and discussed, seems to be interested as far as things are concerned. So, yeah. But that's about it. As far as the whole winter stuff goes, yeah. So, as of today, this ends 2022. And the next time we come back and see the channel, we'll be back in the new year, 2023. And hopefully some new fun things will happen when that comes around in 2023. So until then, I hope you enjoy your Christmas or holiday celebrations of the end of the year. Hopefully January and February is seeming you favors for the winter month and survival of that. And we'll see from there where we go and move on. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what next year brings, but let's close the year off in a good way, I hope.